Julie Corbett, the University of Hull Students' Union. With the right shoes and standing away from the dance floor, you can feel the sticky ooze in the carpet at John McCarthy's bar. Not strong enough to hold you fast, it tells of happy hours and real ale fest where spillage is obligatory. Every semester, a student, under the influence of having a good time, will talk as a poet does, but be just too drunk to remember or know it.
Terry Ireland, and the poem's called Pigeons. I'm one of the pigeons who lives on Wilberforce's head, which in pigeon meritocracy puts me up at the top, between those in the City and Guildhall and those in the better type of shop. We got this position by birthright. We've been here since 1910, instead of attempts to remove us every now and then. When somebody in power would seem to get an urge, and bang before I knew it, it was on with a pigeon perch. So Mr. City Councillor, if in passing I leave a message on your hat, just take it as a greeting from the Egan aristocrat.
My name is Derek Bannister, and I call this poem A Night Never to Forget. It was the 17th of March 1945. Do you want to go to the cinema, my elder brother said. You're too young to be out late, my mum said. I'm afraid that you will be in bed. I'll look after him, was my brother's reply. We will be okay, we're not ready to die. We had only just had our tea, and going to the cinema was a big treat for me. But I had other ideas about all of this. Going to the cinema was too good to miss. Allowed to play out, this was to be my day, and I met my brother as he went on his way. To the Savoy cinema we did go.
Hi, I recorded as Lauren Soane. This poem's called Feelings. It was written about an early encounter with a girl that sort of stopped before it started, really. Feelings. I thought my love was underhand, but how wrong, so wrong. It welled up and filled my soul fast till I could not hold. And how it came I cannot explain, but I am glad that it came. Glad but sad that my love, my mixed up feelings could never be. I tried to show without flamboyance, with discretion, without embarrassment, my feelings for you and about you. I did not know. I do not know if you knew or saw, but I longed for you to see me there, to pluck my line and tour me in, to give to me that I would give, to recognise me as I did thee. This I thought before we met, really met I mean, when I tried to tell of all that I did feel.
Catherine Scott, Paris versus Hull. I visited Paris recently. There was lots to do and lots to see, like the Arc de Triomphe and the Eiffel Tower, where I queued up for over an hour, just for the opportunity to scare myself witless and pay over the odds. It was just ridiculous. Then there's the museums, including the Louvre. Fighting my way through was quite a manoeuvre. After I'd given them my money, I got lost for hours, which wasn't funny. I didn't even like the subject matter, and there was no one there with whom I could natter. I visited the Notre Dame, well, it was in my pre-arranged plan, and likewise with the Sacré-Cœur visitors, genuflecting at the greatness.
Brian Cotton, and this is called Arc of Moon. They tell me that I'm here because I ain't very well, if the medicine's working on, don't think I can tell. I hope I ain't here long because I don't think it's fair, so I sit on my bed and I pull out my hair and talk to strange people that are not really there. My wife keeps on phoning and says you're coming home soon, and I say, to be honest, I think I'll just stay here and back at the moon. The walls in my room are exceptionally white, and the light in my room is exceptionally bright. Sometimes I panic and start to self-harm, but the doctors can cure that with a shot in the arm. My neighbours are noisy and make such a racket, but I can't bang on the walls because of my jacket. I begged for the doctor to let me out soon, but he just laughed and said, just back at the moon. My wife doesn't come now, she corresponds by post. I don't get many letters, one a month at most. It's gone on for so long now I don't think I can cope, so I managed to find me a nice piece of rope. The doctor came in and saw me hanging down, and turned to the nurse with an irritated frown. Best get a knife and put him down soon, but I wish I could leave him to back at the moon.
Dead Crabs by Ashley Fisher. It was you who noticed them and placed the first dead crab, no larger than a 10-pence coin, in my palm. Its legs were tucked under its shell and one pincer was missing. The tide had left hundreds of them scattered across the bay. We took a token dozen to bury and built them a cairn, showing the respect we felt was due to small crabs. Before running back to the estates, hands clutched around stolen Mars bars before we too were caught by the tide.
Immediate incapacitation by Rob Swan. Immediate incapacitation, what the hell can that be? Other than more news media terminology. A special new benefit? That doesn't sound right. Let's reopen the case notes just for tonight. Immediate, well, that's efficient, instant and quick. But incapacitation, isn't that unhealthy, disabled or sick? Immediate incapacitation is the phrase that is said to describe an innocent citizen getting 7 in the head. You see, 7 in the head leaves little margin for error, except in this case where the state was the terror. 7 in the head without a chance to react, 7 in the head leaves little intact. 7 from the chamber, right through the face. You must understand it's an exceptional case. An exceptional case in what sort of
Scatter
way?
me by Thanksgiving. Oh, scatter me over the umber under a hurrying sky, on a dark day in December or a turbulent July. For longer than I can remember, I've been preparing to die. I want to go back to wherever it was I came from in '49. My life has been fractured, and not just because of drinking too much wine. I'm captious and I'm cantankerous and I've never towed the line, so scatter me over the umber, that'll do me fine. In the name of love I've clambered uphill and tore and scree, but I've left the world unencumbered with howling progeny, so scatter me over the umber, that'll do for me. Scatter me over the umber on a dark day in July, and in particles unnumbered I shall sparkle, I shall fly, and I know that I'll be remembered for things that I used to be, long after the umber has carried me back to the sea.
It's been really about holding the area. So this one's called Snow Clouds. I'm Brian Brewer. I'm looking out through these great plate windows, northwards along the River Hull. The sky is jumbled with steel grey and darker shades of threatening cloud tumbling uneasily in off the North Sea. You can almost see the snow as icy, caking in the top of puffs as they pass by. Malevolent as they look, they appear to be in no hurry to disgorge their icy load. The temperature is too cold, and the east riding too low to incite such snowy fanfare. And in the time it takes to write a paragraph, the sky is blazed and blue again. And in another, as the horizon yells from blue to black to bruised, it pains and offers yet another night of cold refrain.
The cobble. I used to live on the wild seashore, but now I sit on a bathroom floor. I've no idea what I'm here for, but I know I will see the sea no more. They brought some stones to stay with me. I suppose they're a sort of company, but the splashing of bathwater never can be as the crashing of breakers and roar of the sea.
Glass Baby by Barry Carter. The tattoo clock on my back is ticking. The glass baby inside me is kicking. The wind helps give birth to this exotic child of a different earth.
Probably one of the worst diseases on the planet. It's called man flu. How can I possibly get up this morning? I'm going to die, and that's a warning. I'm feeling half dead, got a splitting head. I can barely walk and my throat hurts when I talk. All my snotty wet hankies wrapped up in my sun blankets from my runny nose. I'm feeling half rose, laid in my pyjamas, burning hot from a virus. No one has ever felt as bad as me. My eyes all congealed, I can hardly see. Every bone in my body aches. I'm dizzy and sick for fuck's sake. I can't eat. I stand on my feet. It's all right for you. You don't understand. Why can't I die then? It's out my hands. I'm shivering with cold and as hot as a scald. My hands are shaking. I can't sleep. I keep waking. It's the worst anyone has ever felt. I could hang myself with my leather belt. I'm short of breath. I feel near death. My red sore nose, fevered wet clothes, my cough, it's bronchial. Heartbeat barely audible. I can feel myself drifting. My condition is far from uplifting. I'm so cold. I've turned blue. No, there's nothing worse than real man flu.